Welcome to Accunect with Angelique Coster on this lovely Wednesday evening here in South Africa. Just waiting a few minutes to see if anyone comes online. Otherwise, anyone can watch the replay of this. We've had a very lovely, rainy kind of Wednesday here. Very productive weather. So it's something that really ends up creating a stay-at-home feel, which is lovely. Need to try and figure out how I can see who just popped on. How does Kevin is on. Deep is here. Welcome. I can't see everyone that's popping online, so I'll just continue. So welcome everyone. This is all about Accunect and what it is, how it works. Some of you who know me will know that I often speak about Accunect, and the question is always what it is, what it's about, how it works, why someone would want to use it, and how it's actually accessible right now while we're all watching at home. We're all under lockdown here in South Africa. So for those of you who aren't here in South Africa, we're on lockdown at the moment. And this is something that is really great about Accunect because it can be done anywhere in the world at any given time. So I'll start from the beginning. What is Accunect? So Accunect is all about healthcare on all levels, mind, body, and spirit. So it's all about reconnecting the body and the mind together in a way where we're bringing attention into the physical body through tapping techniques and various synthesis of modalities to bring a complete and overall understanding into the body of connection and focus. So we're bringing focus into areas that we're wanting to shift in, which is really, really something that works amazingly well, because once we bring attention to something, that is when energy and shift really, really happens, because we're able to take it out of a place of stress or environmental factors and bring it into a state of natural healing by de-stressing it. So by bringing focus to anything, whether it's focus to pain, we know we're focusing on the pain, so the pain is there. So what we do with Accunect is we consistently asking the body what is ready to shift, what it is ready to shift. Because as we know in our daily lives, if we're not really ready to face something, we put it on the back burner. So we end up getting all of these processes that come in that just absolutely throw us off our game. It completely puts, and then we end up not doing the things that we want to do, right? The same goes for our body. We have stress modes. Anything can add to our stress, whether it's emotions, traumas, situations. There's all these various aspects that put stress on our body. So stress isn't just the factor of, gosh, I've got so much to do, I'm suddenly stressed. Stress in the body simply means that it's not focusing on the things that it's supposed to be doing, such as our digestion, our immune system, our emotional processing, which is our energy and motion, which is our emotions. So we have all of these things that are supposed to move fluidly, that are supposed to move smoothly and effortlessly, instead of hiccuping along the way, but they do. Because we often forget to bring our body out of a state of stress mode, and it sits there in the stressful space. And once that stress accumulates in the body, it then becomes issues that we know, such as ADHD, mental unclarity. We get frustrated or frazzled. We tend to get things like fibromyalgia. We get things like cancer. We get all these emotional upheavals where we're going 10 different directions in one day, or suddenly we just cry because we bump our toe. But it's such a small thing, we shouldn't have been crying, right? So that's what it's all about, is just bringing the body back into a state of natural healing, natural rhythms, and removing it from that state of stress. Going, the world is not dangerous. Going, you know what? We can actually take care of all these things if we understand the rhythms of how they happen, of how they process, right? So that's what we do in Accunect. What we end up doing is, for a session, we go through a personal health map. So every session is as unique to the individual as it is to the session. No one person is the same. We can't give you the same thing across the board. We know that certain things happen within our body. Everyone breathes, right? There's a heart that beats. Everyone thinks, sometimes. But we all have these things that we're continuously doing and continuously processing. And yet, what we end up focusing on with Accunect is taking the natural processes, such as the large intestine, dealing with our releasing of emotions, taking the anger of the liver to become motivational instead of getting stuck on a whirlpool of anger. That anger then becomes motivational because it pushes and drives things. Instead of the kidneys being in a state of fear where they send out adrenaline spiking because they work beautifully with those adrenal glands and putting us into a higher state of stress, we bring the body back into its natural rhythm where it says, okay, fear, what is it? Fear is simply a state of being where we take a moment to pause to look at the situation before us before taking a step. So it takes a very different look at the body. Instead of going, you know what, you've got all these symptoms, you're constipated, you can't focus, you're off balance, you've got all these emotions, you're so broken, you're sick, let's just send you off. We need 10 operations, a psychologist and a psychiatrist and a chiropractor all in one. We go, actually, these are two different aspects. It's small things that add up to big symptoms. We know that if we leave, 1 ant isn't a problem. 2 ants, an ant hill becomes a problem. And that's the difference. We're not looking at the body as if it's broken. We're looking at everything as if we are constantly shifting. We are constantly growing as individuals. And we're constantly wanting to push our boundaries. So we're constantly looking at new ways to grow, to shift, to improve, and not having anything that keeps us back in life. So we look at all of these things in Accunect. It's something that I really love about it, is that it's absolutely just so dynamic to every single individual. It assists with anything from sports injuries to belief systems. Often my clients come to me more for belief system work than anything else, especially in business, because our mind can be our biggest enemy when it comes to our businesses and our families, our situations, our relationships. So that's something that Accunect does as well. But why I want to talk about Accunect is because I have a very, very exciting class happening this Saturday. So for those of you who know me, I've been an Accunect practitioner now for the past 7 years, and I did it when I was 17. So it's been a part of my personal journey as well as my lifestyle for many, many, many years. And I'm the first, well, not the first, but one of the practicing self-care practitioners here in South Africa. And what self-care is it takes Accunect into a nutshell. So we're going to be looking at how the body operates in every single individual. Okay, we know that the heart pumps blood. We know that physically it pumps blood. But what we will end up looking at on the self-care class is how the heart does more than that. What the emotional and the mental aspects are that are associated with the heart. We're going to be looking at how to balance the emotions of each organ. We're going to be looking at how to balance the endocrines and meridians of each organ, because all of them have to work together. It's like a company. If one employee doesn't function correctly, then, you know, at the end of the day, the whole company can fail if one person doesn't do their job. So we need to know that at the end of the session, this is going to be what we're going to be teaching you. We're going to be teaching a 3-minute routine of self-care. And why we call it self-care is because we're putting the healthcare back into your hands. It's your personal responsibility to take your health as a independent investment for your well-being. Okay, we often get very complacent in life, going, oh, I can't do this because of my back pain. Oh, I can't do this because I have this. Oh, I can't do this because I've got a headache. And instead of just going, actually, I don't want to feel like this anymore, we use it as an excuse and as a crutch to actually do nothing about it. Okay, so we absolutely don't do anything about our health because we don't want to feel better. It's generally an excuse, right, for many people. And yet for many other people, it's quite an amazing experience to take healthcare back as a personal journey, as a personal investment, okay, and actually just take our personal power back to say, I am worth being taken care of. I'm worth taking care of myself. Because so often we expect everyone else to fix our problems that we very rarely go, actually, this is something that is my responsibility, right? So that's what we're doing with self-care. In self-care, we're going to be teaching you the 8 healing principles of Accunect, which is brilliant because it really gives you the foundations of what Accunect is built on, okay? We're really going to be looking at why everything functions the way it does, why the physical body does certain things, how it does it, how it affects the mind, how it affects our emotions. And that's something that's really important for us all right now, because there's certain things in our bodies that just become an issue, okay? And at the moment, the biggest thing that we're facing worldwide is the COVID-19, right? And we know that we need to have boosted immune systems. That's why everyone's taking all these supplements. Everyone's super paranoid about sanitizer right now. Toilet paper is a thing, okay? But at the end of the day, the biggest aspect for us is to keep ourselves as healthy as possible, okay? To keep our immune system as boosted as possible, okay? And how we boost our immune system in the most efficient, effective way is by de-stressing the body. We needed to go from a state of fight or flight mode, where we're looking for the tiger that doesn't exist, into a state of healing where it's naturally going back into its natural rhythms, where it naturally looks at what it is supposed to be doing, okay? It's naturally supposed to be healing. We are constantly regenerating cells, okay? Our stomach produces more cells per second than our stomach acid can burn it away. So we're constantly regenerating cells. You'll know, you've burnt your tongue before. If you burnt your tongue, you know your cells rejuvenate because the next day or a few days later, you can taste again, okay? So this is what we want to boost in our bodies every single day to give us the upper hand. So with Accunect Self-Care on Saturday, guys, 2,000 Rand for a class, okay? You'll get a manual, you get certified so that if you're a practitioner, because I see some of you on here, some of you are practitioners, you can teach it to your clients. For those of you with kids, you can use it on your kids. We have what we call the KISS technique, which you learn, which is all about putting a band-aid, an energetic band-aid on if you bump your toe, if you've got something that's going wrong, like you've just got an injury or a headache. The KISS technique works brilliantly for emergency situations. Any of them, all of them, okay? So, especially if you're moms and your kids suffer with asthma, okay, it's something that's really, really great because you can do the routine to reduce asthma, reduce pain, it improves sleep. Guys, I'll pop the link into the comments afterwards. You can go read up about it. It's super, super cool. I use it every single day. We've got some great testimonials all over the world happening for this. But so with this COVID-19 thing, we really need to boost our immune system. And the thing that affects that is stress. And certain things that affect stress, if you haven't seen my other videos, guys, the things that affect stress isn't just our diet, okay? It is sometimes our diet. So make sure you stay off the junk food. Make sure you eat healthy, fresh vegetables and fruits at the moment, because the more chemicals you pump into your body, the less it digests properly, and the more time it wastes on digestion, the less time it has to actually boost your immune system. Okay. Then the other things that reduce our immune system, like I said, is the fight and flight mode aspect of stress, which is triggered by fear. So if you're worrying about your finances right now, you're worrying about what's going to happen to the country, about your friends and your family, you're worried, you're fearful, you're in a state of anger or stress, these things naturally bring down your immune system. So the techniques that we'll be teaching you is not just how to integrate your mind back into your body and bringing your nervous system back into a state of relaxation. We'll be teaching you how to balance each organ's emotions, patterns, etc., so that you can absolutely get back into that natural state of healing. Cool. So I'm going to be checking down right now for any questions. If you have any specific questions, please pop them in now so that I can answer them. Cool. Yes. No junk food, guys. Can't buy junk food. Okay, so don't see any questions popping up yet. I'll hang around for a little while. Otherwise, pop me a message in my inbox. Email us at asanak.healing at gmail.com. So Asanak is ASANAK healing at gmail.com. Okay. Otherwise, like I said, I'll pop the link down at the bottom of this so you can go register, you can sign up. It's a really, really great technique. It's beneficial for you and your family because if you've done it, you can teach your family members how to do it. You'll get certified to be able to give this information to other people. You'll receive your manuals after lockdown as well as your certificate. So I'll pop the link down and then book for Saturday. It's 4 hours, guys. 4 hours of fun. Absolutely 4 hours of fun. Interactive, incredible information that is only available in South Africa right now for you guys. Okay, so this is a special time. Really took a lot of hard work to get this here for you guys. So come on, okay? You can do it. Just, we'll pop the link down. Have a great evening, guys. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Ciao, ciao.